Hi, I'm Adrian. Welcome to Relationship Tenets of Emotional Bandwidth Part 1. You, Us, and Me, or Y.U.M. Growth Dynamics in Romantic Relationships. Today I want to talk about one of the major tenets to a healthy, productive romantic relationship. And if you're just tuning in, welcome to the show. This is my first part in a 4-part series based on romantic relationships, and this one has to do with the triangular you, us, me dynamic. So let's get into it. So often we enter into romantic relationships and marry one or both of those components to each other with no regard to how it will affect our individual selves. In a few of my romantic relationships, we both had an issue with balancing that dynamic. Of course, there's a honeymoon phase in any new relationship where you both are getting to know each other and want to be around each other as much as possible. But once you've settled down a bit, it is imperative to create that space for each other. Unfortunately, I don't think we did a good job of that, and so when we would try to do things outside of us, we would clash and get into arguments. I would usually give in and just accept that this is what romantic relationships are like and that sacrifice is necessary for the health of the union. But since then, and with much reflection, I know more than ever how important it is to have that space and to ensure your partner has that same space for themselves. Take friends and hanging out. You had your circle of friends that you spent time with before you were with your significant other, and they will more than likely be around throughout and after your relationship reaches the height of where it will ultimately go. It's imperative that after that honeymoon phase, you find ways to make time for hangouts and alone time with them away from your girlfriend, boyfriends, wives, or husbands. We often find it hard to juggle friends and family and our relationship, and they may feel a bit disregarded. Now, there are other things to work out, and I'll go into depth when I speak more about friendships and relationships and how that works in tandem with a healthy life. But for now, growth together is totally different from individual growth, which brings me to my next point. If we crowd each other in the name of our relationship, we don't allow space for personal growth, and instead of growing alongside of each other, we will grow apart. People usually cite this as a big reason why their relationships end, but think about it. If you're together with another individual for an extended period of time, your relationship is growing, but they are too. They are experiencing changes in their lives, in the way they think, and the way they feel. If not given the understanding and space to get a handle on these new and evolving feelings, they may begin to feel stifled and resentful that they don't have the space to grow. If you plant seeds too close together in a garden, the plants start to contort and grow out in abstract ways, sometimes away from each other, sometimes tightly intertwined, and ostensibly sometimes strangling each other without a proper chance to grow. We have to be aware of that and have the space to communicate how we feel without judgment and ridicule. So while communication is a whole other topic that I will give its own space, I would implore you to think about yourself and your place in a relationship with another person. How do you both separate yourselves from each other and your relationship? If you don't, think about things you can do outside of the us dynamic. A healthy part of doing things away and outside of each other adds that missing component and not only gives each other a chance to recharge our batteries, but allows us that emotional bandwidth, as well as see more fully how our significant others enhance our life and relationship together. Even sports teams have an off season where they spend time with family, recharge, train, and get a chance to miss the team concept. When they come back, they are refreshed and ready to work because they've had a chance to grow individually outside of the team. They can appreciate that camaraderie and miss it, reigniting a passion, a flame that needs to be stoked to keep burning hotter and brighter as time goes on. In closing, think about that. Whether you are single or currently committed to a relationship, think how you, the individual, fits into that team concept, that Y.U.M concept, romantically with another person. When in that position, how will you both enhance each other's lives, while giving each other the space to be individuals outside of the us of the relationship? This has been Emotional Bandwidth. Tune in next time. I'm Adrian. Thank you very much.